What's good, gamers? I'm back. The 12th man is back again, and I'm bringing you a new series called Sucks. Why am I calling it Sucks? Because obviously I'm not good at Call of Duty. I don't care. It's still a fun game, but I'm not an expert at it. But it's not in this series. It's not about how bad the gameplay is. It's about the commentary. Basically I just talk about random crap like some specific topics or whatever, stuff that's happening in my personal life or things that I just wanted to say, get off my chest. And today I wanted to do a topic that I've been kind of waiting to do. As you know, I'm on YouTube a lot more now, and I was scrolling through videos. One of my favorite YouTube channels or gaming channels is Minnesota Burns. And I came through and I saw some of his videos. I went back all the way to like his first video or whatever. And he did a video on Minnesota sports teams. And he talked about how frustrating it is being a Minnesota sports fan and all that. So today, I'm going to be talking about a specific number of teams that have made me kind of upset in the past few years. And that is Atlanta, Georgia sports teams. That's right. I'm from Atlanta, so and I grew there. I lived there for about 8 years until I moved to South Carolina, and not very, not one of the happiest moments of my life. But I'm a fan of all sports teams in Atlanta. I'm a fan of all three basically. But I'm going to talk about them one by one, and before I start talking about the teams, I guess I was talk about championship history and all that. As you know, I think the last Atlanta sport team to win the championship were the Braves back in '95. I was not born yet. I was born 2 years before that. I think they beat the Cleveland Indians. I think 4-2. 4-2. I think it was around 4-2. And I was not alive yet. I was born 2 years later, and so I really barely remember. And I think. No, that was the last Atlanta team to win a championship. The last team to make it were the Falcons back in '99, and we got pummeled by freaking John Elway, who I do not like. But whatever, it is how it is. But let's talk about the teams. All right, so first off, I have the Braves. Now, as you know, we won the World Series back in '95. We've had a long history. We've basically had a long history. I think we're one of the longest running North American sports, if not the longest. I'm not pretty sure, but I think one of the longest sports in North American history, and longest sport teams in North American history. And of course, we were in Boston, Milwaukee, and then Atlanta in like the '60s. And it's been. We're okay at least for a franchise. I mean, we have 3 World Series, one in Boston, one in Milwaukee, one in Atlanta. So, we're pretty solid for a franchise and all that. But we have a good bit of Hall of Famers. Of course, Hank Aaron, who I've met Hank Aaron before back in our 2nd grade class. It was pretty tight. But there's also Chipper and Andrew, who I remember in my childhood growing up. I remember just. Those are probably my favorite baseball players. Probably the only ones I knew at that time. And playoff history, we've had a couple of division championships like 2000, 2001, 2002, and all that. And I know we made the playoffs 2 seasons ago. I think 2 seasons ago. Yeah, it was like 2 seasons ago, and we failed miserably to the San Francisco Giants, who ended up winning. And then we had a chance last year, and we messed up. I think it was against St. Louis. Yeah, to get the wild card. So yeah, we messed up that. But this year, we're actually doing pretty well. We had a pretty long winning streak. I think the Marlins beat us finally, and yeah, we had a pretty long winning streak. We're the best in the division. We've been leading our division since the year started. And I mean, we're pretty good right now. We got the Upton brothers, BJ and Justin. They're doing their thing, and Chris Johnson and Brian McCann and all that, Freddie Freeman and all that. So we're doing pretty good. I mean, we're literally a World Series contender this year. I mean, we have to watch out for LA and LA Pittsburgh's doing pretty well too. I mean, Pittsburgh, they've been losing for a while now. They're finally getting back on track. So yeah, go Pirates, whatever. But yeah, and teams in our division, I really don't hate a lot of teams in our division except for Philadelphia. I don't like the Phillies, but I don't know. I mean, I have enough love for the Marlins. I have enough love for the Nationals. Mets, whatever. They're cool, but hey, it's all about them Braves. But yeah, moving on. Next team, Falcons, Atlanta Falcons football team. Now, I was born in '97, so the Falcons went to the Super Bowl 2 years later. 2 years later, the Falcons went to the Super Bowl. They lost to John Elway and the Denver Broncos after surprisingly beating the Minnesota Vikings in the NFC Championship game. Probably one of the best offenses in NFL history. And then, 3 years later, 2 years later, 2001 NFL Draft, we get Michael Vick, which is probably the most memorable Falcon of all time. I only went to one or two of his games because every single time the Falcons played, the games were sold out because everyone wanted to see what Michael Vick was going to do. He's not as good as he was when he was with us, but whatever. And yeah, then he got in trouble, which was kind of sucked for me because which kind of sucked. I mean, I wasn't really happy about that. Man, we got in trouble for fighting dogs and all that. That was kind of messed up. I was kind of crushed by that because he was a really good quarterback and all that. And it's just that, oh man, I was like, oh no, what's gonna happen? But then we go 4-12, bad season. Next year we get Matt Ryan, and he has turned the team around ever since. We have not had a losing season since Matty came in. Matt has been he literally saved the franchise. And Mike Smith, he did good too. Mike Smith and all that. Wait, what's going on here? Yeah, and Roddy White, Julio, and all of them. They did they really turned the team around. Oh yeah, and Tony Gonzalez, who by the way is coming back. Yeah, but ever since Matt Ryan happened, we haven't had a losing season. We had some disappointing playoff losses. For example, the first year, I really don't count the first year. Considering the fact it's everything was getting in the swing of things. Matt Ryan, new coach, new players, and all that. So yeah, I mean that I'll let that slide. But then 2 seasons later, we had the number 1 seed with 13-3. And Aaron Rodgers just ran over us. Oh my God, it was painful to watch. It was very disappointing. It was really bad. It was scary. One of the scariest moments in probably my life as a sports fan. Then next year we make the playoffs again as a wild card, and we get pummeled again by Eli Manning. By the way, all the teams that we lost to ended up going to the Super Bowl. 2 of them ended up winning. And after that, Eli, next year, we did pretty well last year. Oh my God, against the Seahawks, man, I was just, my heart dropped when they came back, but in my head, I knew Matt Ryan was going to do something to turn it around, and he did, and we ended up winning, going to the NFC Championship, and the NFC Championship was heartbreaking because the 49ers beat us. And I actually made a bet with one of my friends that, a $30 bet about the Falcons and the 49ers. I ended up losing, and I still haven't paid him back yet. I hope he's not watching this video, but whatever. And after the offseason, we got Steven Jackson from the Rams. We also got O.C. Minura. I can't pronounce his name, but he's from the Giants, and he's a pretty good defender. And we have high hopes for a Super Bowl this year. We have San Fran, we got Seattle. And then Sean Payton is back. Oh, God. Yeah. Okay, let me talk about the teams in our division. I'm going to start off with Tampa Bay. The Buccaneers, they're quiet. Their fans are really quiet. They don't talk a lot of trash like Saints and Panthers fans. They're pretty quiet. And then Carolina. I live in South Carolina, so Panthers are not really a big deal thing. It's all about the South Carolina Gamecocks and all that. But, you know, no one really cares about the Panthers here. And, oh, God. New Orleans is the team I despise the most. I cannot stand the Saints. I hate them. I hate New Orleans with a passion. I mean, it's their fans. They bash on us. Ever since they won that Super Bowl, they gotten so cocky. It's so annoying. It's freaking annoying. And, like, oh, man. I hate it so much. It's just, I don't know about them. But, yeah, that's basically it about the Falcons. Yeah, rise up, baby. Moving on, we got the Hawks. Now, I'm not going to say much about the Atlanta Hawks. They have disappointed me more times than any other team in Atlanta. I still love them, but, you know, whatever. Playoffs, the Magic, freaking the Magic and all that. The Orlando Magic killing us. Freaking Joe Johnson leaving, Josh Smith leaving. Man. I don't know. I think they're not going to win a championship anytime soon. Most likely the Falcons or the Braves will win it before the Hawks do. The Hawks will probably never have a chance. And, you know, we have a tough division. All of the teams suck except for one, and that's the Heat. So, you know, yeah, we probably won't make another championship anytime soon. I wish we had someone like Dominique Wilkins. And that's basically it. You know, there's also the Dream. I really don't care much about them. I know they went to the WNBA Finals twice and lost both of them. And then Georgia Tech, they're cool. I like them. That's all. Yeah. But that's basically it. So like, comment, subscribe, do all that, and show some support. And I'll see you guys later. Goodbye.
I'm higher than a plane and now I wanna land. Every time I speak I see 100 grand. Rolling so much weed it's like the mother